Hello and welcome to Square Meal's weekly bulletin on all the restaurant and bar events that you need to know about over the coming 7 days, from pop-ups to permanent dining fixtures. This week's biggest launch happens to be one of the most eagerly anticipated openings of the summer, and that's the third branch of Paraphilia, which opens on Drury Lane in Covent Garden on Friday. Like the original Paraphilia in Soho, here you'll find 20 or so stools based around a marble-topped dining counter. And like the second branch of Paraphilia on Adelaide Street, also in Covent Garden, you'll find a private room with its own kitchen. The Hart brothers, who own Paraphilia, based it on Cal Pep, which is one of the most legendary tapas bars in Barcelona. Now, I went to Cal Pep in April, and I have to say, Paraphilia surpasses it. In terms of food quality, this is some of the best tapas you're ever likely to eat. So if you haven't been to a Paraphilia yet, this is your perfect opportunity. Like many restaurants these days, it's no booking, so you're going to have to queue. But with a glass of cava or sherry in your hand, I can think of many worse ways to have to wait for your dinner. Also opening on Friday is Paradise Garage, which might sound like a dodgy mechanics, but is the latest restaurant from rising star Robin Gill, the chef behind Clapham Hot Tickets, The Manor and The Dairy. For his first restaurant in East London, he's converted a railway arch on Bethnal Green's Paradise Row into a very modern restaurant. With an ex-Arbiter chef behind the stove, you can expect seasonal, ingredient-led British food along the lines of barbecued sardines with sea greens and tomatoes. And all eyes are going to be on a dining counter where you can see your food and drink being prepared by chefs in front of you. Back in town, Salt and Honey is the new restaurant from the team behind McCormack Kitchen, and opens next Wednesday, the 22nd of July. If its signature pudding of salted caramel panna cotta sounds up your street, then this is well worth a look. McCormack Kitchen, the parent restaurant, has won a very strong, loyal following in Fulham for its modern international food, much of it based on British ingredients, but with a strong Australian accent. In fact, this whole area of town, Salt and Honey is in Connaught Village, just the west of Marble Arch, is well worth a look if it's not really on your dining radar. Salt and Honey is going to be a really worthwhile addition to an ever-increasing restaurant lineup that includes such strong individual offerings such as the Lockhart and Donostia. If you're after some drinking inspiration for this weekend, you're not going to get a better offer than 25 of the capital's top bars all gathered together in one place. That's what's on offer at Cocktails in the City's Summer Edition, which pops up this Saturday and Sunday in Bedford Square and Covent Garden and plays host to some of the capital's leading drinking dens, from old favourites such as the Rivoli Bar at the Ritz to newcomers such as Bull in the China Shop. Along with all of those cocktails, there'll be pulled pork sandwiches to line your stomach, some boozy gelatos and lots of live music to entertain you in between sips. That's it from me. Thank you to Counter in Vauxhall for hosting us. We'll be here again next week, and of course in the meantime you can keep up with all the latest restaurant and bar news on squaremeal.co.uk and also by following us on Twitter at @squaremeal. Thank you and see you next week.